Everybody, and welcome to the channel where we do two channels at once. That's right. If you don't
Yeah.
know, we both stream at the same time to both of our channels. So
No,
you can pick your side by following Mad Hatter because that's who you prefer. That's fine. I'm not hurt by it. Good morning.
Wow. Right out the gate, John.
Out the gate.
Right out the gate.
Right out the gate. Let's just talk about the truth here. We're supposed to have
guilting the good people.
Guilting the good people. That's right. There's let's just say it's a little imbalanced, but that's, man, isn't that always the case? It is, not to be weird, and like it was a joke that kind of turned into something serious, but even my other channel, not my older channel, but when we used to stream with the two, you always get the live audience, and I always find that very interesting, and I'm okay with that. It's interesting to me. Mr. PP is here. All right. Well, if you haven't seen the thumbnail, you know who our guest is. Well, if you haven't seen the thumbnail, you know who our guest is.
John, that made you know what's happening, John?
I'm shutting down mentally.
Yeah. No, what's happening is like you're like, and maybe Peter saw what I saw. I think your mouth is ready to talk before like your brain was like talking. You know what I mean? Like you just like it didn't catch up yet. Like not all the words didn't really like gel.
Jesus Christ, Peter! He's gonna crush all of those.
God, what is he doing?
That's the big thing we didn't talk about. Is Peter's gonna crush 99 PBRs first thing this morning? That's the stream. You know, for every 10 he drinks, you got a super chat for another 10.
Yeah, that's the thing. He has to drink a PBR every morning now. That's
contractual obligations.
Peter, I don't think we can hear. I don't think we can hear you, buddy.
Nope. This is the proper way to have Peter on, though. I saw how he attacked Jay on GDL as soon as he joined the live stream, and then he just started ripping his friends apart. Video Power Gaming with the $5. Also, it sounds like Jonathan isn't okay with Hatter getting the live audience.
Oh, you hear me now?
We can.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to move that out of the way. It was just big 99 packing.
What's
99 packing? Yeah, that's what they call it these days.
That was the second super chat. He did another.
He did another one. You ready for this Attack Peter push-up contest this morning?
Oh, we already did it. We did it right before in the green room. You missed it. It was for the Patreons only.
Right.
Yes, that's right. Sorry. And since I use Ko-fi, it was
early, by the way. You guys always do this so early?
I thought you were a friend.
It's 9 a.m. where you are. It's real early for I mean, you guys. Whenever John complains about it being early, I'm like, it's 6 a.m. for me. And
oh God, please. Yeah, don't worry about this being an audio. We want to mute you again.
I think I can hit my cereal.
Nothing
like you're eating. What? First of all, what is that?
And where's the milk? If this is your workroom.
Oh my God, this is so. We got to talk about this, Peter.
Yeah, you're gonna eat on a thing that people have to hear your mouth.
It's just early. I haven't had a chance to have my breakfast.
That's not the kind of. Oh God.
Yeah. 1 second.
This PBR
this is more interesting than
yeah. Why don't you
this is an exclusive.
Yeah, you should have done the men behaving badly method and just use some beer for your cereal.
No. Just a little
I'm surprised that
I get a few extra antioxidants, a few blueberries in here.
Oh my gosh.
You do fruit in the cereal?
You eat cereal like a fucking healthy guy. First of all, what is that cereal?
Well, he's eating cereal, so he's not eating like a healthy guy.
Yeah, first of all,
he's got some healthy.
He's pretending that he's healthy by putting blueberries and
these are actually milk duds.
Milk duds. Okay, now I believe you.
These are this is a cinnamon toast crunch, but for adults. It's called Cascadian Farms Cinnamon Crunch cereal.
Well, see, they recommended raspberries, and you screwed up already.
I never go with the fucking man, bro. Tells me to do. Are you kidding me? I'm Attack Peter.
Well,
you can't just go with the
man
flow,
told you to buy this adult cereal for probably $8, and you were like, okay.
Hey, that's the price of health, dude. Look at that.
You're talking to a fucking trendsetter. He's not gonna
exactly. Dude, whatever you're doing, I did 10 years ago. Okay, and what I'm doing now, you'll be doing in 10 years. Trust me.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, Peter, you don't strike me as like I'm a cereal guy. And I like very bad for you cereals. I feel like you're the type like you wouldn't be caught dead eating like Lucky Charms. Is that right?
I need to outlive Todd McFarlane, dude.
Good luck with that.
You know what I mean? I know he's like a freaking
Todd McFarlane's a
Cyberdyne
vampire.
android. I know.
He's a Highlander. Todd McFarlane was creating things in the medieval times.
Oh,
my God! A person jumped into your camera. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Miss Peter.
They said hello, my love, but you don't have time for them.
Just walks away.
With time for them.
Fuck these guys.
Look at him. He's like, I'm gonna also drink from the side that has the ears. What a fucking weirdo, Peter. Why did we invite you?
We got some more super chats, Peter. You're bringing in a lot of money for.
Go ahead.
So.
Let's hear them.
Just no.
By the way, I'm donating. I donate all these super chats to you guys, man.
Oh my God, I hate mouth noises, and here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I love the mouth noises.
It's real America, dude. Relax.
Jesus Christ. No politics, remember?
Real.
It's actually we're gonna talk politics in a second. Casper Corner super chat $5. Thank you, buddy. Drink with the
What's
drink.
going on?
And then we got a $9.99 again from VPG. That's 30 PBR right out the gate, Peter. So VPG again really wants you to drink. Is this also going to be about drinking? VPG $4.99. I am on Patreon. Kofi, how many push-ups won? Who won with the $4.99?
Well, Peter did 162, and I only managed 7. So
yeah,
you be the judge.
In the same amount of time, by the way.
Hold on, did this really happen?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
167
it's the top tier of the Patreon, though. It's the elite gold.
Oh, you gotta get on the Patreon to do it. That makes sense.
That's right.
That makes a lot of sense. Peter, how are you, buddy? How's Florida? How's life?
Everything's good. I don't even leave my room.
I mean, if I had that room, I wouldn't leave that room either. I mean,
I'm not allowed to leave the room. I'm barricaded inside.
Oh.
Everything's good, dude. We having a big news. Drop the.
Should we postpone the stream?
No, this is good. This is good.
No, I love it. This is so real.
Dude, please. I like how you say that as if there's a level of class the stream maintains otherwise. Well, just because you put a purple streamer light behind you doesn't mean you're freaking one of these,
Oh,
come down to the real world with Near and I with our grimy ass setups.
Whoa. This is interesting, though, for someone that really attacks Near for his quality.
No, yours is better by far. In fact, it's an embarrassment that he hasn't caught up to you. It's a little much for the eyes. When I'm watching the stream, I go, damn, his stuff looks nice over there. Near, just do some.
Yeah, we gotta. The stream only happens at 1080p, but our windows are like 720p because I'm trying to like help condense his pixels. But
yeah. I also like. Do you see what happened there? Like John, learn to
he pivots,
take an attack. Okay? Learn to roll. Like Peter attacks you, and then you have to get kind of like a little weird, so you have to like self-deprecate and go to
balance it out.
I mean, just learn to be like, yeah, you got me, Peter, and then we
no, but you see how I came out ahead in that?
No, but like you're trying to like win instead of like you know.
No, I just want other people
you're trying to
feel bad.
I'm gonna win.
I just want other people to feel bad. That's all. I'm not trying to win. Just keep it even. Shit on all of us.
Hey, you want to be jealous real quick?
Okay.
I mean, I'm always jealous, but
yeah, what's new?
Go ahead. Super chat. You're jealous of this. Oh my God, you know that I love that thing. Where'd you get it?
A buddy of mine lives in Japan, and send me one for me and one for Hector.
It's probably like Hideo Kojima's your buddy or something.
No, we don't talk anymore.
You would put it through some complex thing to try to get the figure, and it would just be like, oh God, why are we friends?
I did feel bad asking, and I never do that. But this was one of those things where it's like they made it so difficult to get this, and I fucking hate that side of collecting. I really do. I don't like the thing where you feel like you have to jump through 50 hoops, and then you have to make sure you were already a member 3 months ago before you knew it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like most 99.9% of the time, I'm letting all that shit go. I don't care what it is. When I was 19 years old. I went to Comic-Con San Diego for the first time, and I got in line for I think it was that show, the Keldor, the Four Horsemen Keldor exclusive.
Oh yeah.
And it was awesome. It was that, by the way, and it was also the Neil Adams colored Batman, the blue and gray Batman that they had dropped. I don't know if you guys remember, Mattel had DC back then and was doing Four Horsemen Batman figures, which is so awesome. I wish that would happen now. Mattel gets DC and hires the Four Horsemen to do it. That'd be so great.
Or in a studio that becomes the Four Horsemen, like, you know.
Sure, something awesome, yeah.
Like,
and
a new team.
Yeah, and so, but I had to wait in line to get a ticket, and then they had like this board or something that you would walk by the rest of the day to see if your ticket number was on the board, and to get back in line to buy your figure. And I'm like, God the fuck. And I'll be honest with you, before I worked at Mondo, that was kind of one of the things I fucking hated about Mondo, which was all this like exclusive, like drop in 2 seconds sellout and all that.
Oh yeah.
And I benefited from that as an artist. Like I dropped 3 posters in 2020 and they sold out in 2 seconds. But it's not a way to grow a community or a collectorate around something that you do. To me, it's a way to like program people's brains to feel like missing out on the thing it makes them a loser, or it makes them have to be ravenous for the next one, or you better get your priorities straight next time we fucking drop a poster, bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been talking about this. You were on GDL Sunday talking about this, and I appreciate you being as vocal as you have been about this side of collecting, especially from a Mondo person. It's just because missing out like that, a lot of stuff can happen. You can also just learn to hate the company, despise the company. And then when you go, like, someone will post a thing and then it would just be all the comments of the people that are pissed about it. So why have that when there can be enough for everybody to enjoy the thing? And, you know, this whole last year has made it really hard for a lot of people to be able to participate in the community of collecting.
There's like this back and forth that happens, and you know, in reality, it's like it's two-sided. On one hand, whatever figure company probably has to do, you know, well, first of all, you're competing with the glut of other stuff. Like we're in a time now where my mom has a toy company, you know what I mean? And she was inspired by Flipboard, by the way. And so everybody's got an offering, and it's really good stuff. And so you have to compete with good stuff. And that's good because that means that people have to bring their A game and step it up and always be in competition. Like that breeds excellence, in my opinion. But there's also people who are unfit for the competition.
Yeah.
And therefore it turns into just cheap ploys, FOMO, like extreme, like FOMO slop. You know what I mean? There is such a thing as limited edition stuff, and sometimes it's limited because of the fact that there are rules set in place by business deals that are made. You can't control them, or like the nature of something being handmade. Like my handmade prints, I can't print them all freaking day. My neck is gonna freaking break again. And so there's limited editions sometimes for a natural reason, but sometimes I just think it's lazy marketing. Non-creative people coming up with ways to get the audience excited. And to me, exciting the audience is something that a company should do as a service for the fans who are spending their hard-earned money on product. Like, it's not just, here's the thing, buy it, see you later.
Yeah.
It's like an experience is nice. You know, there's a reason why going into the Apple store, for example, kind of makes you feel like, you know, I want to buy a fucking 18th iPhone this, you know, like, you know, there's a reason why that works, because you feel good, you're in a place, and part of what you're paying for, whether you like to think about this or not, is the experience, you know, and that gives you an advantage, or sets you apart from your competition if you can make it so that from the second I think about ordering something to the second it arrives in my house, that whole path was good and pleasant and enjoyable. And that's what you do. You should be doing if you're providing something, or if you're asking, if you're soliciting people's money. But, you know, The other option is just say there's only 50 made and allow bots to flood your site and say, oh, sorry, you missed out. But next time we drop a timed edition of, posters or whatever, like, you better get in there, because then you'll be your only chance. And you're lucky we did a timed edition. You're welcome. You're lucky. I hate that shit. I hate it. But you can use the same tools in a good way and recognize that sometimes those parameters are out of your control, but still there should be it should be 75-25 pro consumer, at least, if not 100%,
Yeah, I mean, I always, it's definitely a reality, like for things like, let's say, convention exclusives, you're not set up typically to make tons of them. Okay, so at some point there is a sweet spot between how many you're going to make versus the venue or whatever. And that does play into.
There's also space. You can't bring a ton, and there's no storage.
And you can't bring. If you guys have ever been to a Comic-Con, people are watching, or never been. They give you these booths, especially if you're, let's say, a smaller artist or whatever. You can't just like haul all of this stuff over there, and so that's part of it. And traditionally, a convention exclusive, you have to sort of metric. I learned this last year. You have to metric like a certain amount, like how many can I sell, and sometimes you don't know that, and you have to adjust. But I remember having real problems with the old Mondo. I would do these live stream purchase videos for posters, and I would rant like a
no way, dude.
Freak, dude. And I would, like, because it'd sell out and say, like, I remember I was trying to get I think it was the Two-Face poster, the one that, I don't know if you worked on that, but the one that was like you flip it and it's like,
no, that was before me, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's like just sold out in seconds, and you make 50, and in my head I'm like, I think it was like 50 or 100. It's like you have to make 50 of them, and so if you are just relying on FOMO as a practice, I think at some point you just run out of steam. And look, obviously you need an audience too. People need to want your shit.
Yes, that's
not
important.
a business practice,
right?
It's not, so it can't solely be a business practice.
Well, you know what it is too, dude. It's like, look, here's the reality. The Mondo posters historically have always been like excellent. There's a reason they're known. They were known, desired. Yeah. They're excellent. They had great art direction, curation, great selection of artists, and it was novel for a long time. Like they were one of the only games in town until other people started setting up the same business model. And it's fine art, right? In a sense, like you're having handmade, tailor-made art in a lot of cases that you're not going to be able to get at Five Below or Walmart or whatever it is. So there's that side of it too. And I also think that the business probably mutated. And if I had to guess, I don't know this for a fact. If I had to guess, the business probably mutated. Like you create a Frankenstein's monster by accident, right? Like you don't realize what you're doing. It kind of started off as like a fun thing and turns into this thing where exclusivity and FOMO is the most important driving factor, because it kind of acknowledges there's a large pool of people who want the thing, and you're only opening the door a crack every single time. Right. And you're hoping that it's a different set of people who are able to get in, so everybody feels like a winner once in a while. But what ends up happening by accident, and this is what John and I were talking about the other day, and I was talking about in GDL, is like, I think you accidentally create an environment. And I've noticed this because when the first time we had the layoffs at Mondo, right when I joined the first time, I started to like look at the community and just see what was happening. Like, just holy shit, And I think what happened, it was a very emotional response, because that cycle of there's a drop, it's very limited, you get it or you don't. But the next step for a lot of people is go into the groups, so whether it's Facebook or Reddit or whatever it is, and basically like, did you get one? I got one. +1, bro. We got it. You got it? Oh, good, bro. You got it? I got it. I got it. And then what happens if you're not that guy? You're like, I couldn't get it, bro. My cart. I had it in my cart, and then it was gone, and then or whatever. Or I was there 2 minutes later, and it's already so. So like now there's like a haves and have-nots thing forming, right? And then at least being a have-not could provide you with some ammunition in the community to complain.
Yeah.
And that was your ticket into the socializing. But ultimately, the product and whether you got it or not became your ticket into a social circle. And so over time, when those things fall apart or go away or whatever it is, you know, when the original creative directors left or got laid off from Mondo, it represented the end of an era for a lot of people and the end of an opportunity for them to have their social circle. It still exists, but it wasn't what it was in their mind. And so I started to look at that across all of collecting, and that I lament that that's a big driver in what we do, because I don't think that's sustainable, or at least it's not sustainable for the same people.
What are you saying? Social currency?
Yeah, like the fact that like the thing can represent a ticket to enter a social circle,
right?
For, you know what I mean? Like,
so you have like an elite group of people essentially that you have.
That's what, if you're talking,
if you're Mondo
online
fans
all the time,
right? You have Mondo fans, but then you have the fans that were always able to get the products, and then maybe you got it one time, and now you're technically part of that group because you got the limited thing that sold out in 2 minutes. The people that don't get that stuff just ultimately end up, like I said, getting frustrated or angry with the company, but also when they see that thing, people sharing that thing, it's like this, man.
It can represent that.
Hate the thing.
Yeah, it can. I don't get like that. I'm okay with like I kind of like make fun of myself if I miss something I really want, or it'll give me a quest to find something. But I do sense that a lot of people, like sometimes the hobby or the collecting can replace your otherwise your personality. What it would be your personality. Like if you have a group of friends, the only thing you talk about is probably not the figure you bought or your poster you bought. There are other things.
Right.
But in these groups, that's primarily what you talk about. And if you spend a lot of your time online and that's primarily what you talk about and you don't get one, it's like you're out for the week or whatever it is. And I'm not saying this applies to everybody, but I'm saying that I've seen it apply to a lot of people online, and it bums me out because I don't ever want this, what we do, to be a source of like true emotional agony for anyone. I'd rather it be like dang it. Like, you know, like you lose the game of darts at the bar, you know, you're not going to go home and kick your dog over it. Right. Like you're going to, you know, you're just going to be like, okay. You got me.
But you don't think that most people look at it that way? And again,
I think most people are kind of like have a healthy mindset about it.
Well,
yes.
we can go. I mean, I'm not part of many groups, but you could literally just go into the party wagon group and see that kind of stuff happen. It's not that most people are or whatever, or is it a bigger percentage of people that collect versus other people? I don't think so, because everybody collects something. It's always been my thing, magazines or whatever. But you can go into those things and like read the chat and people be pissed off about. I mean, sometimes it's just they had a bad experience 6 years ago with a NECA figure breaking when the quality was totally different. And they still say that everything NECA's junk. It's like, well, what are you doing here? You've been saying this for 6 years that you hate their stuff, and it's just full of anger. You know, it's like
someone's clearly feeling hurt.
Yeah, the bad experience can lead to this hurt that like then they just kind of go on. And
I'm just, all I'm saying is I'm hoping that that's not the crux of what drives people, or at least some people, long term. Because then it doesn't feel like a good thing. It feels like like you're a drug dealer, honestly.
Right. And then I'd put in the same category as like gatekeeping things, because that's kind of what it is, a different form of it. But it made me think of like when Flip War happened, and I made that video. And the first thing I say is like, if you're not in the toy industry, don't make toys. It's like, well, fuck you. It's like you're trying to remove that joy from. Yeah. The review of his figure, the first thing and the title is, if you're not in the toy industry, don't make toys.
Were you guys already friends back then?
We were. This was me making fun of another creator.
Oh, I understand. Got it.
Another creator who made his own company said, well, it's Bobby Ballard. I'm not going to fucking.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to subtweet this. I think this is So he straight up said that, and it always pissed me off the way he treated
Oh, I understand. I
So
understand.
Shartimus was trying to make his stuff, and he was basically attacking about all that stuff. But it's like you can't be in the industry if you don't get into the industry, you know?
Oh yeah, that's
And
just
that's kind of the
nonsense.
same thing. It's like, well, you can't find joy and make your figure that brings, let's face it,
There are
hundreds
some
of
people who are in the industry and shouldn't make toys.
right. But like
Yeah.
Flipboard has created so much joy for so many people, not only because of the figure, but
it's
because
great.
of the lore, the jokes, the comics. And then on top of that, the amount of people we have seen like make animated shorts, do original artwork,
Yeah.
do custom 3D
Oh,
printed
dude.
things. Like it is unreal the
That's
amount of other
service, in my
people.
opinion. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really think, and I told you before, but I really think Flipboard is awesome representation of how this whole thing evolves. You know, like the reality. Let's be realistic. You know, 3D printing is going to get better. You know, digital file sharing is going to get better.
Yeah.
You know, like AI is real. Like people are going to use it. They don't care, you know, that it puts people out. They're going to use it. And people born after a certain date aren't going to care about the taboo or politics of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so the reality of the future is like when I'm Nier's age, you know, 20 years from now, like it's going to be a totally different landscape, you know, and I don't mean to date you, but you know, just for example, you know,
Can we date?
yeah.
Married, right? Yeah.
I think if you do tree rings, we're the same age, but I think if you go by tree rings, but human years,
The way life treated Nier added 20 years to
True.
Well, he started in Miami. It was trust me, that's a disadvantage. But yeah. So the point is, that'll take a couple of years off. But ultimately, that's the reality. It's like I don't think things are gonna have value unless they come out like Flipboard comes out. Like I think that's where it's gonna get. Yeah. Like we're already like the dude, it's so crazy. Like we're not a monoculture in terms of pop culture anymore. Right. Like I talk to people younger than me, not many, but they don't have the same reference points. They don't have the same like cultural touchstones. They're not influenced by the same things, inspired by the same things. They don't care that Kathleen Kennedy stepped down, for example, or not. They don't care one way or the other. It's going to affect them. And when I ask them what they're into, it's shit I'd never heard of before, you know? And so I think in the future, it's all going to be small communities supporting smaller creators. Because whatever the thing is, the widget in this case, represents my experience watching you make it, like announcing that you're going to make it, showing what it takes to make it, going through the cycle of being a noob, right? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, but you know, and that whole thing is going to be the experience. It's like when you go to Disney World or Universal and you buy any of the collectibles there, let's be honest, it's all trash when you go there, right? Like there's nothing in that park that you would buy outside of the park and be as happy as when you bought it in the park. It's because in the park, like it's fun and you're having a great time and you're with friends and the rides and that music.
Part of the experience.
Now you walk out with a freaking Velociraptor beach towel that no one needed, right? So like, but the point is, that's what I think the future of collecting will be, is there will be souvenirs and artifacts and symbols of a great experience and time and community that you have, and that relationship.
I can say right now, the stuff that brings me ultimately the most joy is like starting to build. You can't see it somewhere.
It's in the noir section of his room.
Your character in Flipboard.
Oh right, yeah, exactly.
So like I put those together, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to
cool
of things of people that I know that made things. You know, and I don't want it to be like it's Spider-Man. I want it to be whatever this thing is, whatever this, you know, spirit of Sith-Door.
I love that.
You know, it's like all the stuff that people I know that are creating a thing and being able. It's like why I love fan art. I love to go to Art Alley more than I fucking despise booths that are like, we just resell mass-produced things. I'm like, who gives a shit? I'm gonna go over here and see this handcrafted item.
Yeah, it kind of represents the best of us, right? Like it represents the best of our potential. You know, that you can have an idea as a human being, and it could be a weird ass idea that no one asked for, like a freaking, you know, a bootlegged ass, you know, reseller, or an octopus alien creature. No one asked for it. And you can have that idea and you can just will it into existence, filled with insecurity and doubt and you know, imposter syndrome, and still get over the finish line. I was talking about Nier, not me. And still get over the finish line, and people will applaud you for it and want it. And I really think that when I buy something like that, it's because I want to reinforce that creative spirit, and it's going to inspire me back. You know, like I've gotten to a point, and this is my favorite part of my job, is that it allows me to meet makers of all kinds and people in different steps of the process. It's not always like I love this one sculptor or painter. Sometimes I know, like I have a friend at Sideshow who manages, you know, production over there, and I hear stories from them, and I go, I want to get that thing. It makes me, you know, remember these great stories. And I look at my collection room, and there's a lot of that in here. Like I like to say, and this is why when I got to Mondo, I told Hector, like, we got to get these guys like in the front. Like, it doesn't matter what I say or what Hector, I mean, Hector does hands-on on a lot of figures, so it's different. But in general, like, I want people to know who Alex Brewer is. My God, like what a treasure, right? I want people to know who Tommy is, who May is, who Brandon is, who, you know, Mark, all those people, down to like, you know, our the people who do production behind the scenes, because those people get together like it's a freaking garage band, you know, put all their time and energy into something. There's emotional roller coasters that you're on every day. And all the reason they do it is because they want it to get into your hand and you to go, hell yeah. And so like that is the juice for me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a very
and no one should shit on that ever. Like whoever it is. And I know Bobby Ballard likes to talk shit. I think he's funny a lot of the times, believe it or not. When he shit talks, I
do think he's funny too.
I do think it. I like the smugness. I think that works for me. I go, like I like it, but I like it. I'm going to tell you, I grew up in Miami, and all my high school teachers were like Marist brothers from the Bronx, New York. They'd slap you around, you know, like I relate to that, but I don't think anybody should ever poo-poo someone's quest, however wild it is.
I mean, even if they do, you know, I just don't give people like that much power. You know what I mean? Like, there's always going to be, but even the quote unquote, and I don't consider him like a rival, but even with rivalries that we have in this
friendly rivalries, right? Like friendly competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a healthy, but I guess to me this is all sort of like fun and games anyway. So I don't take it. I don't think it's that, you know, like I throw shots at like a certain other review channel. Honestly, on the scale of 1 to 10, it's probably like a 2 in my life, and it's probably the same for them. You know what I mean? It's like, who cares at the end of the day? But you're right. I mean, to me, it does feel like I've said this a few times before, but it does feel like when independent films started coming out, and you know, I think I was
Clerks.
like 40 at the time, and like Pulp Fiction came out, and you were just like. And like, it offered like.
Did you say you were 40 at the time?
Yeah, I was trying. I thought you would jump on that and like start attacking.
No, because that's just a natural fact. I'm not going to make fun of your age.
I'm in my 40s, guys. God,
I am in my 40s.
What was I saying? But yeah, it's naturally what happens is the big boys, you don't get enough out of them. But I'm very thankful that we do live in a world that. If you do have an idea and you do have some artistry, even if you don't, if you have an idea, get another person that has artistry, you can make something. You can make where before, you know, it was like films, like you couldn't make a film like in, let's say in like the 80s, right? In the 80s, 70s, it's very difficult. You would have to buy film stock. It was like, you know, and you still have to do it in the 90s, but they opened up an avenue and they were like, you know, if you're independent minded, if you really do like a Peter Jackson and like really for a year create a film, you know what I mean? You can make one, and there will be an audience. There will be a venue where at least people can see and you can share that experience. I feel like toys are going through some kind of renaissance right now as well, where you know, you're always going to have the big properties, and you guys deal with the big properties too. You approach them in I feel like in an artistic in a more artistic minded way, but it's a great time to be doing this, and there's exciting things that are being done because there's the ability to get that out.
Yeah, this group of collectors grew up, in my opinion, in the original golden age of toys, right? Like, which was, you know, McFarlane starting up, you know, look how realistic it can be. But you could still go to Toys R Us and see like all the Marvel superheroes. Like, you were there for the jump from the original Marvel superheroes toys to like movie maniacs. You saw that. And that, to me, that jump was very inspiring.
Yeah.
You know, and now the people who, like me, like you, were very inspired by that, we're in a position to influence this world, right? And so I think that's just a lot of people who are super excited are going to bring it up and I think usher it into whatever it's going to be next. It's whatever's going to be next. Because I don't know if the goal is for all of us to end up with our own personal toy federation store. You know, like I think at some point there's something else that's going to happen. I don't know what it is, but I do have faith that if you have an idea, you follow it through, whether it's the path you're on, Near and John, you guys, or if it's a path I'm on, you have a moral obligation, not a financial obligation, a moral obligation. I always say this, to be as successful as you can, not modestly successful, not like, hey, I paid for the expenses and a little bit to go on vacation with my wife. No, as successful as you can, like make Todd McFarlane sweat, you know? And I say that lovingly. I love Todd McFarlane. Because the more successful you are, the more opportunity you can offer to someone else who doesn't have an opportunity yet. You now have the ability to put your literal money where your mouth is and find the next person to help up. And so I always, you know, encourage anybody I talk to about this stuff, like, I don't know how it's going to work out for you, but go hard as fuck on this stuff and make it as great as you can make it. Whatever your potential is and whatever your ability is, go hard on it, because not only will you feel good, not only will this become more meaningful for you, but it will open up a door for the next person. Look at the Four Horsemen. I always point to them. And that's like the greatest example of, like, you know, if you're not in the industry, don't make toys. What is Legion's Con? What is Legion's Con is amazing, filled with people. And I've only seen it virtually. I got to go.
You in to be part of it.
Yes, it's so good. That's the model in my opinion.
I agree. It's incredible. I mean, you could look at that and be like, oh, we're a company and all these people are like they're producing their own parts. We should go after them and tell them to stop because we're Disney, you know, or whatever. And it's like, or let people have a community around the thing, and that always just helps your bottom line anyway, because now people are going to buy the thing to buy that guy's thing. You know, it's like those parts that this person is making, 3D printing or whatever, the customs, that couldn't exist without your product. So now your product is selling more, it's reaching a wider audience.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I used to do Artist Alley as an independent artist, starting in 2011 is when I did my first con. And there was a time where people would come around and drop a cease and desist on your table.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And yes. And small cons here in Miami, not even like a big show. Orlando was what you would get them. And then I would get them on from my Etsy site, you know, like it would be random too. Like it would be, I have like 3 pieces of Marvel art on my store, Marvel, you know, characters in my artwork, and only the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff got a strike. And it was in the wake of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie coming out at the time. And so it's clear that it was like, they didn't care about that you did this. They cared about this particular thing at this particular time.
Yeah.
Now that I speak to some of these studio folks behind the scenes, I've asked them about that. Like, hey, what do you actually think about this now? Like, what do you, like, what's the, and more often than not, they'll respond with something like, we don't have the desire to go after it anymore, because we realize exactly what you said, Near, that it's like, this is keeping the story going, keeping the hype going between our releases, between our campaigns, you know, whatever it is. Like, where would Star Wars be as a brand if not for the fans in between the originals and the prequels, between the prequels and the sequels, right? Like it's all fans.
That's
and
actually
they're starting to realize
a great example, because the fan culture kept Star Wars
Oh,
alive
yeah.
for 20 years before they were like, before George Lucas was like, let's make another. And that then galvanized everybody, because that was a, you know, that was a worldwide event. And so you're right. It's like fan culture does mean something.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's like you guys are music people too, to some degree. It's like when people used to follow bands.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And the band became kind of your culture, and you talk to other people, and you're like, oh, I was there at their show. That the you know what
exactly,
I mean? So,
exactly.
Fucking
I use that as a model for a lot. Like that is the only thing I knew growing up, is bands and being in indie bands and like following bands. I used to do street team promotions when I was like 15 years old.
Sure.
For like whatever they would send me. It was like Jamiroquai, Cottonmouth Kings, random shit like that. But you would learn so much. You would go and you'd put up flyers, hand out CDs, talk to bar owners, and you'd realize how much leverage the audience had. That the record labels were like, here, pass this out to everybody and let them, you know, proliferate it. And that mentality is what Hector and I have taken into this Mondo era of Mondo, because we both have that experience growing up. But it's what we know. You know, you build a grassroots following, you talk directly to the people who care about this stuff 24/7, and make sure you're in sync with them, that you're resonating with them, that you're doing right by them. When you have that figured out, then you have a foundation upon which you can build, because those people will be happy and they'll talk about this and they'll share and they'll communicate. But you have to make the hardcore audience truly happy. And that's why I keep saying, think of it with a service mentality. You're not here. And this was a problem with a lot of companies around, you know, and you could probably imagine some when I say this. We're not here to go, look how cool my knowledge of this IP is. Like, look how much of a hardcore fan. Look what's in wave one. Did we go with the regular expected stuff? No. We went with the deep cuts you would never see anywhere else. And I'm like, appreciate it as a hardcore fan, but risky business model. And you're not here also to just kind of like, I don't know, man. You're not here to like hold court at the lunchroom cafeteria table and decide who gets to sit with you or not based on, you know, when they started reading comics. Or, you know, like I always tell the story of being like a kid in a comic book store, you know, at the time of the Image launch. And to me, it's such a touchstone moment. I bet you guys, you know, have some memories of that. And just getting the Spawn #1, Wildcats, you know, I remember buying Marvel trading cards. My God, that was my lifeblood.
Oh my God,
I have them here. I gotta show you. And at one point, I was grabbed like some like Punisher War Journal or something off the rack, and I'm looking at it, and the comic book store clerk, literally out of Central Casting, literally the guy from The Simpsons, goes, "You're reading that?" And I'm like, I like Punisher. It's cool, you know. Like I had the toy and the Punisher van. Yeah. And he goes, "Have you even read The Watchmen yet?" Wow. And I'm like, "Bro, what?" You know, like now I look back and I go, I was 11. I'm supposed to read about the fucking Cold War and meta-analysis of comic characters. Like it's the wrong approach. The right approach.
Why sell it?
Yeah, just like
why have it on your rack?
You never want that energy, man.
Well, yeah, I mean, there are people that their social currency is elitism.
Yes,
that's always a weird thing.
Exists, man.
I've talked to John about this a few times, but like elitist, like
I know. I'm sorry that like I feel like people really need to know this stuff if they're gonna try to talk about it.
You fucking elitist.
Look what I have handy, by the way.
What is that? Are you gonna show some baby photos?
It's Marvel trading cards.
This is my series 1, 2, and 3 Marvel cards.
Oh yeah, dude, I have all those. I have all those somewhere in my garage. Yes.
This is the original binder that I had with my baseball hologram stickers on it. The Orioles and the Yankees.
Oh, look at you. Look at both you guys.
Nice.
Now.
My binder fell apart, so I just have the pages now, which don't stay in.
That's so fun. Man, how good was this time, though? Like,
dude,
The
those
power.
That one is Marvel Superheroes Series 2, correct?
I just showed 2. I have 1 here. Don't nobody panic.
Okay, all right. That's one.
But one was, I consider 1 like a prototype of 2 because 1 was great.
2 is when they perfected it.
Well, 2, my friend, is when they put in the power levels, dude.
Yeah,
right.
That is, does anybody understand how big that was, man? Like, they literally said, what do kids do all day is talk about who would win in a fight, Venom or Wolverine, Silver Surfer, Adam Warlock.
Right.
And they go, let me help you. And they would give you the power levels. And now you would have some data by which to present your argument about how Puck is garbage and shouldn't even be in Marvel because that guy sucks and whatever. And so, but then Series 3 came out and I thought it was a step backwards, to be honest. They still had the power levels.
Series 2 is when it peaked.
Yes. Art Adams are in there. Man, just such good live.
Also, I think still the peak is the Jim Lee. Do you have that? Like
the X-Men cards? No, I didn't get those. I was good. I was fine at that point.
No, Peter's poo-pooing it, but like
everybody, I just didn't get him.
Everyone who doesn't know, the Jim Lee cards, I believe, are like peak excellence. First of all, the whole card set was done by one artist.
No, that's a feat in and of itself.
I mean, just
Jim Lee's the GOAT, Mondo artist, Jim Lee.
Yeah, as an artist, like, and a kid that was drawing all the time, I would just stare at those cards, man. Like, just incredible. And then when you would find that, like, you can build like a whole visual.
The Danger Room setup that you can do.
Dude, the first thing I got when I got to Mondo that I asked for is, can we reproduce Marvel Series 2 cards as posters? And there was talk that it was possible. And then I reached out to Art Adams, who did some of my favorite cards. And I said, hey, would you be down do you have the original artwork or original scans or whatever it is? And he goes, you don't want to make those big. And I go, what do you mean, dude? He's like, they were drawn the size that they are.
Whoa.
And so that's what he told me, that he would drew them the size that you see them. And so if you really go over them like with a microscope and look at, that's what they would be like if you exploded them big.
Oh my God. He drew that size?
That's what he said. Yeah. He told me. Which is awesome too, by the way. Like
it is, but that's fucking wild to me that you could draw that. Like that's very difficult.
It's like somebody that just didn't get the note that, like, oh yeah, it's like if we talk about making trading cards, and it's like if we just sent the artist the request and they just were like 3x4, okay, and then they just drew in this little thing, and they're like, all right, well there you go, and we're like.
That is not, by the way, that is not a great business model for an artist. I got hired by a company. I got hired by a company. I won't say the name because I do like them and respect them, to do some trading cards. One of my first paid gig ever was to do, and it was basically like it was for Mars Attacks. And they said, would you, because by the way, Mars Attacks has like a hardcore following in card collecting still. And I love Mars Attacks. Are you kidding me? And they said, you do 25 cards in your style, which at the time I was just painting. And they're like, so 25 painted cards. Oh my God. And we'll pay you $75 for the job.
Jesus Christ.
And they go, for the whole job. And they go, but we'll also send you 3 blanks. And I'm like, whoa. Okay. And like, no. You can paint those blanks and sell them on your own in the aftermarket for quite a penny. And so I ended up doing it. I had nothing else to do, obviously. And I was still blown away by the chance that anybody asked me. Yeah. And I did $75 for 25 cards. If you scroll all the way back on my Instagram, you can see them. And the cards, I painted them, and I sold like 3 cards for $100 a piece. So I guess I made $375 to draw 28 or to paint 28 cards.
Jesus Christ.
If you work out that math, it's like nothing. It's about, but it's all $3 a card. You're so excited for the opportunity.
Yes. It was the right gig for the time.
Right.
It's not something I would want to continue to do forever. That's for sure. And I had to turn it down when it came back around. Cause I'm like, bro, I can't justify this. I want to, but I can't do it.
Yeah,
It reminds me of like acting jobs locally for like commercials and things, and just like the rate that they'll like a thing will come through, and here's the rate for 8 hours, and you're like, what the fuck are they doing? Like, this is the most disrespectful stuff. And to keep it toy related, see it all the time with companies like there's a really big store that likes to find people to work, like creators to work with. It's a big one. Their method is really bad for creators. It's super disrespectful. It's like,
is it a toy store?
Yeah. It is. That's yeah. I don't know how you put that together, because I was being very
vague
about it. Anyway,
Toy Store,
this big store that's really bad.
It's big though.
It's big. It's a toy store. But they send out, it's like a 25-page PDF. The requirements for the creator are absolutely absurd, and what you get back is fucking garbage. Like, it's just the most disrespectful stuff. And like it's so many times, if I start thinking about it again, like right now, I'll get heated, and I'm like, I need to make a whole video about this and like break it down and just fucking rip into them.
There is a benefit to stuff like that. It's just you gotta find the gig that's at your level so that you don't feel slighted,
right?
You know?
But that's the thing, that whoever that store is I'm talking about, their rules don't allow for like a small creator that's trying to like, okay, I just want to get started with the company. It doesn't give them a chance, really. Like, the
artists got to turn it down.
You have to get X number of views and stuff, and sales every month in order to continue this relationship. And it's like, well, but they have like 2,000 followers. Why would you even?
There must be a group of folks that make it work, but over time, it'd be great for people to just try to resist those kind of things. I spoke to somebody who was developing their own figure line, and had an offer from a big store, a different big store, but a big one nonetheless. And there was chatter about, hey, we'll help you get this developed, but we want part ownership of it.
Right.
And I have learned a few lessons about, sharing ownership of your characters. And I recommend not doing it unless there's just no other recourse and you're down on your luck and you can crank another one out fast, because that's all you have nowadays is what you create, your ideas. So yeah, it's unfortunate they try to take advantage potentially of people who need it,
Yeah. Well, on this channel, the Reeboks channel, I did make a video that it skirted around that, and it was more about like, here are stores that I would recommend, and depending on your like level, you can still work with like AliExpress or whatever and get affiliate links and still make money back for your work, versus kind of just being treated like it's just this, like, the idea, especially it still happens to me. Like, I'll get emails from somebody, maybe in the industry, or maybe just wanting to do like just bullshit stuff. It's like, we'd love to send you this thing, and in return you do an honest review. And it's like, everybody that reviews a figure or takes a photo of one is doing an advertisement, whether they think they are or not. It's at the end of the day an advert for that company and that brand, that toy or whatever. So that's thousands of dollars potentially for some people, hundreds to thousands of dollars worth of ads, marketing, that they're just like, we'll just give you the thing for free. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, that's a tough one too, man, because in a way you're like some companies aren't set up to track it. Some companies aren't able to extract the value or realize it, but I think it's good to once you get to a point where it's all leverage, right? Like it's all leverage in negotiations. Like, you can say, hey, there was a time when I needed to swallow this, but I do not need to anymore. So
you have to catch people at a certain time in life.
Just don't catch me outside.
How about that?
I just
that was a reference.
Thinking about the $75 for 28 things. It's like, okay, it gave you an opportunity, and then you could use that as like a portfolio or whatever. But I guess at the end of the day, my point is, like, I don't like that a company will so freely take advantage of somebody's position.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know the numbers or the financials of a company like that. I would assume that they were running slim margins, but anyway. More importantly, how about that Beavis and Butthead set?
Okay,
that
before we do
Mondo...
Beavis and Butthead,
okay,
Peter. Okay,
right,
I do want to talk for 30 minutes about a gig I did. No, actually, let's just go through super chats real quick. Okay, because we got people that paid real money. And
on which channel?
Both.
And, I don't know.
Oh, good.
Believe it or not.
This is what I got paid actually for my first comic gig that I ever did. $1.99 super chat right here. Peter Piper picked up peck of pickled peppers. That's you, Peter. Let's go through VPG with the $4.99. Y'all have been talking about moving into food review, cereal review this morning with Attack Peter.
I'm just here to give him some encouragement, man.
Yeah, I want to be one of those guys that in their car, they're super original, you know.
Just eating the whole pizza on the dashboard.
Yeah, the whole pizza.
There's that one. You know. There's two guys. There's two guys that I like. One of them I remember the name, Cougine. Do you watch Cougine?
Cougine.
He's like the nerdy looking guy, big glasses, big nose, like bowl haircut, and he talks like a New York guy, like this, like
no.
Oh, dude! And all he does is like he rates everything out of Maroons. He's like 5 out of 5 Maroons. He looks like Luigi, like the Mario brother, Luigi Mario. Like he's like.
Wait, spell his name.
Just type it in right now. Meals by Coug, C-U-G, like Cougine.
Oh, I have seen this guy.
Oh, dude, that's a revelation.
He looks like Adam Driver's like cousin or something.
Like Brundle-flied incorrectly, yeah. Like
yes, I have seen. He's a good. What's the other one?
The other one I can't remember his name, but I could probably do the impression. He's like, "Okay, guys, we are opening."
Yes, I follow that guy.
Yes, I can't remember his name.
Oh my god, and he's so like wholesome.
He's very wholesome. I like him a lot.
He's very wholesome, and he's very. There's no sarcasm in him. He's just like, yeah, I know the other guy. I'm horrible with the names. Yeah,
I like him, and sometimes I had a dream one time where I stumbled in on a review he was doing somewhere on the street, and it was right before he went live or to record, I should say.
Okay.
And he was just talking like this and all that, and he goes, "All right, go ahead and hit record." He's like, "Okay, guys," and I'm like, "No." I woke up.
Disappointment.
Yes.
I love who is that? Somebody in the
chat. I don't know.
In the chat.
But Coug to me is the best, and you know it's just so great, so great.
Yeah. But you know what? You and I we share a love anyway for like people that are just kind of like why?
I like a little bit. It's
yeah.
a tasteful sprinkling of you know, a little extra English, let's say.
Yes.
But I like the hand talkers and the, you know, we're ethnic.
I know you do.
We're ethnic.
Oh, well, let's just keep going through the chats. I just don't want to miss it because I want you to have enough time to.
That's the legendary Tom Whalen, by the way.
What happened?
That's a super chat from Strong Stuff Tom. That's the legendary artist Tom Whalen. Blessing your feet.
Well, he's telling you to chew closer to the mic.
Because usually I just call him and do that, so he's trained.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tom, for the super chat. And then we had. I don't want to miss any here. We did have robot reviews with a very generous $10 USD. Mondo always deep dives into your new figures and show everything from top to bottom and how the figures are made and who's responsible for making these awesome pieces. That is a fun experience. That is correct. You are one of the people at the forefront. You and Hector and sort of the culture that you have created is very much a you're not on the stage. You're kind of in the mosh pit with everybody. Well,
that's just a response to losing Toy Fair. I want to get closer, like you are. The mic. There we go. It feels good for my sensory experience. But yeah, the thing is, I was just watching a video that Dan Larson made. Have you guys ever had? Yeah, you just had him on. Yeah, Dan Larson talking about the history of Wizard and Toy Fair, and I go, that's all we must have done subconsciously is like want that to continue. And I don't buy magazines anymore, frankly. I don't want a paper thing sitting around and then I feel bad I throw it away. Sorry, Blake. But you know, but I don't mean that in a don't buy it. I don't do it. Yeah. The information is very valuable though. And so is the reporting and all that, but I just wanted to have a version of that where we could talk about the thing deeply. Because if you're like me, and I know you guys, that's important. That's interesting. It's entertaining.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's just keep going here. We do have 10 gifted memberships from Toka. That Razor. Thank you, buddy. Keeping the flame alive. I don't have time to go through all the 10, but congratulations, 10 people. We do have another.
Who do you think is a better duo, Toka and Razor, Bebop and Rocksteady?
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Come on.
Okay.
Peter, you want to?
Hey.
Do we end the stream right now? Or
no, it's just I just wanted to do a calibration to see if we're all on the same page.
I don't remember Toka and Razar dressing up like babies.
As babies, yeah, exactly. Well, give them another movie, they probably would have.
Yeah, it's also a different vibe. Those guys are like you really want to wreck shit, you bring those. But Bebop and Rocksteady, I mean,
they can wreck stuff.
They were in the animation, and didn't Razor have like some very almost like this? Did he have like a distinguished voice, or just like he talked?
He talked. Yes, he talked. Weird. Yeah. You know what's funny? I always wonder if we're ever gonna one day open Instagram and like that famous video that goes around of the Green Goblin mask that almost was for the first Spider-Man movie. Right. I keep hoping that one day we open to see the Rocksteady and Bebop that almost was. It's just never gonna happen.
No, it'll be AI and we won't know the difference.
Yeah. Oh damn.
I mean, there have to be concepts, right?
I always wonder what happened there.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was a thing where they've licensed the characters, because some companies will do like you could license a whole franchise, but you only have the actual rights for like the main 5 characters, let's say, and then everything else, you have to pay a little extra. There might be movie franchises out there where you're like, they got the why don't they put the other guy? They never put them in, and it's usually that like they paid for the rights for X, Y, and Z, but not A, B, and C.
Yeah, we don't have the rights for that. I could see that happening. Another Robot Review super chat, $10. No other toy company are as transparent as you guys are, and as toy collector, I really appreciate that. Yes, your products aren't cheap, but they are worth every penny. Your Mondo Toy Talk, say it all. There you go. Robot Reviews.
Thank you so much.
Love. He is right. That is one of the things I do love about you guys is the transparency. And again, it's
we're all adults.
You're all adults, but you're also that's a specific culture that you do create. Yeah. There are people that like to keep everything close to the vest, and I understand that you do have to keep certain things. I've asked you by text, just like, hey, give me a little slice, and you're like, I can't mention these things.
Settle down. Settle down. I send him a cat video, and then he just is good. He forgets. It totally redirects him. Like, what?
Yeah, he sends me a video of Meals by Cug, and I'm okay. Raceland Zero right here with the super chat 10 USD. I can see what Peter means. I grew up with certain video games influencing me, and with next gen, it's completely different games for them, or the cartoon industry being in a different place that it is now. 100%. And thank you for the super chat. And do we have any? We do have a few others here, and I promise we'll get to the meat and potatoes. $5. Although this has been, I will say, with you guys, this has been an interesting conversation just to discuss these things, because we don't. John and I like to goof around a lot here, and sometimes it's good to kind of like focus in on. I think this was an important conversation to have, is what I'm saying. Casper Corner with the $5. Money for Cottonmouth Kings fan. Drink more. Thank you, Casper. And then I think this is it. Chat, I apologize. I can't keep up with the chat and be in this conversation, so I'm sorry. We also have a Shelf Presence who, wow, thank you, buddy, gifted 5 memberships. So 5 lucky people, and then Casper again with a $5. NECA needs to make Bebop and Rocksteady wearing Toka and Razor costumes.
That's funny.
Ooh, I would like that.
Me too.
That's an interesting.
I sent Trevor a screenshot that came from the original cartoon that is a character they haven't made, and I don't know. Should I say what it is? I think I should say. Why not? Yeah, it came up on. It came up. Yeah, because I'm probably not gonna make it. I'm in a heavy metal Facebook group too, and somebody posted a picture of Dimebag Daryl from Pantera illustrated in the Turtles cartoon. Oh, like wow. It's not official, but it's obvious. Mm-hmm. You could probably find it if you Google it. And I go and I send it to Trevor. I go, dude, And he goes, "Is that real?" I go, "I think it is." and I you know, he's not going to tell me if they're going to make it or not. But I, as a fan of Pantera, I think he,
Sure.
you know, and I think both of us are fans. Like we just realized how freaking awesome that would be if you could
That would be, but
animated
in the 87 style, you're basically saying, and when you say cartoon, okay,
yes,
yeah.
Sorry,
Just to clarify, okay,
that's
great.
Sometimes like my brain doesn't recognize that there were more turtle cartoons.
No, I know. I'm just it's more for you know.
And I like them. I just don't think of it.
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, Peter, you have something to this. Well, you didn't.
We don't even have. By the way, honestly,
here.
we don't have to talk about Mondo. It's enough. They get enough airtime. You know what I mean?
Like I have this is the Mondo squads I do have, and it is a video that I'm in the process of. I keep getting overwhelmed with everything else to make.
He's so cute, right?
Oh, I love it. It's like it's such a perfect representation of the entire team. Very much looking forward to Wave 2. But Beavis and Butthead, is it Vivian something that sculpted these?
I believe so. It's on the site.
I've been following on her Instagram for a bit, and she does a lot of 3D printed stuff of characters like this, and like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and you're just like, oh my god, these things are so perfect.
Yeah, Vivian Koskia.
Yeah,
She's
so good. And then
amazing.
She had reposted the stuff for Beavis and Butthead, and I was like, oh no shit, she's needed to be with you guys for a long time, but I believe it's not the first thing you guys have done together.
No, we've worked with her on Daria as well, you know. And it's funny, I think Beavis and Butthead have proven to be one of the most difficult things to translate into 3D that we've ever worked on. And that's a high bar, because animation is always kind of like, okay, I guess they look like that from this angle, if you say so.
Right.
But when you actually try to pin something down, you know, if you sculpt, well, we did, you know, we had sculpts come in and they were perfect from certain angles.
Right.
And there were certain angles that are important that were like, what the hell is that? And Beavis and Butthead are two of the most difficult characters to control that, because you do have, like, if you picture Beavis and Butthead in your head right now, Butthead is looking forward at you and Beavis is like a slight 3/4.
Yep.
And so those are the two most important angles, in my opinion. Like those have to be prioritized. However, you do see Beavis and Butthead from the side a lot. Butthead has an impossible hairline that doesn't make sense from multiple angles. Right. Beavis's smile goes way further in, you know, out in from the front than from the side. Dude, so many, like the eyes are a certain size and shape in the front, but in order to be able to see what you see from the side, they actually need to wrap around more. So there, that was a while. I remember there's many nights, I will say, that I clock out at a certain time and I'm just having normal life, having dinner with Gabby or whatever. And then, you know, Hector will say, dude, check this out. We got to look at this. And I go, and it's, you know, we're doing FaceTime on my kitchen counter. And I'm like, oh no, it's not right from this side. Not right. And then him and I are trying to unravel what it is. You know what I mean? Right. And that Beavis and Butthead was one of those, bro. That it escaped the studio and went to the kitchen.
Dude, I could believe that. It's such a weird, crude style,
but it's so
part
good.
Of its charm anyway.
You have to nail it.
Yeah.
Or don't do it. You know what I mean? You have to nail it or don't do it.
Well, we got to see these things on display at San Diego, and we knew in that moment that you guys nailed it. But seeing all of the new photos and parts and stuff, like it is like a perfect encapsulation. I can't say the word.
Capillaries.
It's my capillaries.
Do you know how they say capillaries in the UK? Capillaries.
I know how they say it. They go capillaries.
No, capillaries.
Capillaries and aluminium.
Yes. They also call French fries crisps, which is no. They call French fries chips, and they call potato chips crisps.
I like both of those names.
Which is
better.
I mean, that's kind of a crime. I do want to mention another super chat right here. A very talented artist. Chiming in right here. Sebastian Gomez Toys. Super chat, $5 USD. I found a new creative force in my mid-30s, and I am grateful that Peter and Mondo have been a part of it, empowering artists to be themselves. There you
Okay.
go.
Dude,
Yeah, you didn't
Sebastian's
have to
awesome.
like gloat about the fact that you're only in your mid 30s.
That was a dig.
40-year-olds here.
That was a dig. That was a passive aggressive.
You think so?
That was
Yeah, you just hurt your future.
Yeah.
no.
Sebastian, we got a black.
He's a
black
great example. He's on all over the place now, and it's a great example because it enriches this whole thing. You know.
Yeah,
It's great that you can just get your stuff out there in a way and take it right to people. Dude, I
spotlighting small creators. I love it when I am able to either just like bring in a thing to show off during another video or make a dedicated video about it. Like that stuff just, it fills me with joy because it is kind of this whole like, you know, part, like we're a community. Look at all of us doing this thing versus big business who is like an entity that is not a human, you know, it's just a machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And
seeing them make money is I was able to do a review for Easel 3, who has these mutant modules that are beautiful. They look like they're right out of the 87. I mean, this guy really did a great job engineering them. And you know, there's artists are very thankful when especially like if they're struggling. I'm about to do a review. I've known this guy since I was a teenager, and I feel that he hasn't really gotten his due. And he's coming out with something that I think like every Ninja Turtle fan is going to want. Like a custom, kind of like what John does when it comes to like creating things that you can use with other things. Like like John does backdrops, and you can use it with like NECA. He has some things, not backdrop stuff, but like so it's great that we just kind of like live in this time where it's like and I'm not saying IP theft. I'm saying that creating things that can go with your stuff is an industry in and of itself. That and it's great because I know that like let's say a NECA, even probably Mondo, Peter, they're never gonna get to some of these things. You know what I mean? It's like you guys have so much already on your plate. There's a whole circuit of like, oh, you need this, you need a backdrop, you need that, go to these people, and it's its own kind of like living infrastructure.
And if one of the companies wants to do it eventually, then you'll be able to get that too if you want. But there's no reason to not have both.
Yeah, exactly. And a super chat right here. Shelf Presence, thank you, buddy. 2 USD. Winston and Sinister arriving Saturday. Great weekend. Well, congratulations. Oh, the Winstons are coming.
The Winstons are coming,
bro. Dude, those are spectacular figures. But yes, Beavis and Butthead does seem like something like when it's such a. I think what's so great about Beavis and Butthead and what like Mike Judge did with that is that's such like a punk rock kind of like way to draw characters. You know what I mean? So I could see that it probably is very difficult and might not hold up. We had talked about this before, but like Simpsons, although Simpsons have had many interpretations, Simpsons also look very weird from certain
hard
angles, and that's a very difficult.
I thought Super 7 was doing a great job on it.
I
thought Super 7 was doing a great job on that angle.
No, that's what's such a shame. They shot themselves in the foot with character selection, I think.
Well, Brandon Gash.
Yeah. I've seen some of the unreleased ones.
I know.
Wait, you've seen what?
Some of the ones that didn't get released.
All 3 of us have.
Oh, good.
But I don't know if Near pays attention enough to Instagram to.
Oh, he posted them? Oh, okay.
No, just privately.
They're amazing stuff that we missed out on.
Well, who were they? Who were the ones? Oh, you guys can't
like characters.
Just check the DMs from Brandon.
I'm sure I did.
It's a 3-way with you, me, and him. My favorite kind of way.
Oh, I gotta check that. Sometimes I not the flex, but I get thousands of DMs every week. So anyway,
Video Power Gaming. I'll just respond to that comment. Aaron Conley is hard at work right now on some new killer TMNT stuff. He's got new posters coming this year, and some amazing stuff for the figure boxes that you guys are gonna just eat up, I think.
Peter,
Aaron Conley,
give us an exclusive.
Yeah,
I just told you, Aaron Conley's doing the boxes for the Turtles.
That's not
The
exclusive.
box art.
But that's not like
that's not exclusive. What do
that's
you
not
want?
like,
And he's doing. Have you seen the posters he's done?
I'm sure they're very good. This is
Oh
not. It has
my
nothing to do with
God.
his artwork.
Oh
Yeah,
my
like
God.
show us something.
Did you see the pizza party poster and the villains?
Yeah.
That was Aaron Conley.
Oh,
and
he's great.
Yeah, and he was doing a more animated style there, but for the boxes, he's going a little bit grittier, and I think people are going to be really happy. But you guys should have him on at some point. He's awesome.
Yeah, John and I think we've been doing pretty good with, like, I think our guests, incorporating guests in the last few months. So I think that
he's funny. His camera is always going to be from down here for some reason, but he's really great. Like, he just
so he's always our parents.
Yes. It feels like that.
Damn it.
Well,
we'll have to send like a list of requirements before you can join any live stream. Always horizontal, the eye level. He's like, well, they are level with my eyes.
Well, I want to talk shit about that, but I'm the last person to.
Also, it's come up. I've been messaged about the push-up contest was a joke.
Yes, guys, we're not actually. Can you imagine the logistics of doing a push-up contest? I want to be back there.
Right.
Mike, you literally can go back there.
I'm going to start now and I'll count.
Yes.
1, 2.
Damn! I just heard it's like shuffling cards down there.
That's the sound of my muscles and
rippling in the wind.
John is rippling. Well, Peter, do you? I don't know. Do we want to just? Do you have any other? Like, I'm not going to
ask questions. I'll answer if I can.
Okay. Do we actually? I want to throw it into the chat.
Play along.
Chat. Do you have any questions for Peter? You may have asked questions, and it's just been very hard to keep up with the chat and be involved in a conversation. Sometimes people they don't understand. It's like when a guest comes on, or we're getting into something, we want to be involved.
Right. No.
It's like being at a lunch with a friend, and then the table next to you just keeps talking to you, and you're like, hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You're not being rude. It's just like, we haven't seen this guy in a long time.
No questions before this point count. It has to be from here forward.
Right.
Yeah. Ask your question. Yeah.
Even if you already asked
it's just very
again.
Also, if you guys don't know, Mondo does do their toy talks, and that is a great place to ask questions. I mean, your questions will probably get answered anyway just by watching, but I am impressed by the times, so many times that you'll pull up and answer a question, and I'm like, ooh, they shouldn't have asked that. And you still acknowledge it, and I'm like,
remember that Hector's a dad with young kids, and he also taught. I've taught for 13 years. All ages, kindergarten all the way up to University of Miami grad students. And all that job is wading through uncomfortable fucking questions,
right?
In between trying to communicate some education around. So go with the flow, it's all good.
Well, that's a skill set.
I love it. We have anti-flow. We got Mr. Durr with the super chat 7CAD. Hello, thank you for this great discussion. Is there any information you can share about potential Scarlet Spider and Weapon X 6th scale figures? Well, I will. No, Peter, go ahead.
We're not working on either one of those, but we have talked about it would be awesome to do Scarlet Spider because it's a fairly reasonable thing to be able to produce. Weapon X might be a little more challenging. You need a whole, but I desperately want to do Weapon X. It's just, with both of those lines, just because those are two lines, and Batman as well, where you get, I constantly get DMs about, don't forget, make sure you put in that kind of thing, and valid. All of it is valid. You want it. We even have internal discussions about who to get to first. But the goal is to get to as much of the entire pantheon of characters as you can. It's just a balancing act of trying to release a figure when the hype is at its most hyped, because people are more likely to want the character when things are going well and the character's hyped up. And trying to balance out the release cadence because they're not cheap figures, right? And so you know, you got to be careful with how much you're putting on the collector. You know, sometimes we don't have a choice for what and how much we release because there are things like time restraints, like there might be a license that's ending at a certain point, and internally we're like, well, we could just, it is what it is, or we go, Jesus Christ, if we don't get these next 3 characters out, I am going to be devastated personally. And so it might piss off some collectors to drop 2 extra characters within a time span, but hopefully they understand that it was a necessity, even though we can't publicly say that. You know, so that's the balancing act. Yes, would love to get to both of those two favorites internally. It's just that there's a line, basically.
Right.
I did get Lizard. I did will the Lizard into existence as the next villain for the Spider-Man line, and that wasn't a guaranteed thing. There was a lot of talks about Green Goblin, and I'm like, bro, there's only one Lizard, dude, and it's
Lizard, baby,
right?
Dude, I'm a giant Lizard.
Me too.
Fan, so I'm fucking all in.
You know what's crazy, man? There's not, if you could take all of 1/6 history, there's Hot Toys, all these other companies. No one's ever done a Lizard figure in 1/6 scale. Like there's a third party one that was made based on the Amazing Spider-Man Lizard, which is an atrocity, let's be honest. And I enjoy the movie, but that design, what are we doing? And that
design sucks, dude.
And it could have been great.
It ruined the movie for me.
It took me out of it. It really did. And I've grown to appreciate it for what it is. Like there's a moment where he comes out of the sewer with the coat on. I'm like, that's nice. But it's just not the Lizard. And we're probably going to have to wait another 10 years before we get a true Lizard. So there's no 1/6 scale Lizard, period. If you have all the Spider-Man from Hot Toys, if you have ours, whatever it is, there's no Lizard. And so I said, guys, this is a calling. The earth needs this. And so we got it. It's coming. And it's looking fantastic.
I like that. Kurt Connor's on the way, guys. Superman animated.
Super soon.
We can blast through these.
Super soon. Like if you're wondering if you should put some cash aside or not pre-order something else, you're in the range of that decision is going to be important. Let's say that.
Copy. Okay. Keep hinting at Bishop for the X-Men line. That's less of a question and more like
we love Bishop and he's a valuable part of the team and he deserves a figure. Let's say that. And
every mullet should be captured in plastic.
Right.
You know what I mean? The mullet verse.
We're gonna need that. We're gonna need that mullet look, Peter. I'm just saying. Endoskeleton. Will Mondo do Battle Cat and Panther?
Yeah, you gotta do that
for the 2000X line.
If people keep supporting it the way they did with He-Man, Skeletor, and Clawful, and now we got Man-at-Arms coming up, like I always say, is it slated? Maybe, maybe not. I'm not going to say that. Is it something that we will do? Every time the audience supports a line in a big way, every time you pre-order a figure, you're putting your money towards the crazy big thing that you hope comes out down the line.
Yeah,
that's all. That's just the reality. Like
it's very tough. We get to hear it and see it with Mondo, which is really nice. There are many companies that, like, we'll just say SH Figure Arts and talk about Spike from Cowboy Bebop, or even their Ninja Turtle line.
Yeah.
Like, they make something. They might show a prototype of a next thing, which both of those existed, and then because they made like a Faye prototype. Never saw it again. And
there's so many reasons why that might be the case. That's the crazy part.
I'm sure. But then never hearing from the company, there's no acknowledgement, there's a conversation around it. It's not like a press release. Like that could go a long way. Just type a press release and send it out. But you guys are so in it that it really makes it easier to be like, okay, I will buy the thing because the odds are everyone in that team wants it made.
For sure. And sometimes there could be a situation where we want to do the thing. We think we are going to do the thing. We have conversations and plans about doing the thing. And then something, out of our control happens where it could be a business deal ending. It could be, sales were soft on one thing. So you have to make a choice like, hey, we still have a revenue target for the year. Do we slot in this thing that we just really want but don't think is going to sell well? Or do we go with the thing that we think most people are going to resonate with and put it out there that we still want to do, but we really wanted to do the other thing first? And so then that's when the business sense has to come into it. And those decisions, you make them to prolong the longevity of the business in general, you know, and hoping that at some point you can come back around and hit that thing again.
Yeah.
But you try to insulate the weird choices or the ones that are riskier with more surefire things so that they can all average out to a success.
I imagine that there's also partnerships that are way more complicated to work with.
Yes.
I mean, as somebody that was a graphic design major and did web design for many years before this, the web design industry is like, you have so many clients, and in both of those scenarios, it's always like we got to show the client, and then you're so grateful when the client's like, oh, that's awesome. Yeah. It's so hard to pick. They're both good. And then you just move along, where the other clients are like, they want full control over everything. And then they start like, well, yeah, but you hired us because we're the professionals, you know, and the thing you want doesn't work in this world. So I imagine there's it's got to be a lot of that.
There's a lot of that. And that's why it's important sometimes to realize that at the end of the day, these are relationships, and not every relationship, you know, goes the same way.
Right.
And that is actually one of the most difficult things of the job, you know, and I'm very fortunate that Mondo allows Hector and I to have an active role in those conversations. I think that helps a lot because they realize that we're fans who also can make, you know, and understand the business side of it.
Well, and so, you guys have the way of speaking that you can handle those conversations.
Yeah. Well, that's an important one. And sometimes a no today might be a yes next year. And
right.
The audience might never even know that it was in the discussion. So when it's a yes, we can just announce it and they're like, hell yeah. Like, so that's the other thing, is like trying to make sure that even though internally we're like heartbroken about something we can't talk about.
Yeah.
We're still going to try. And up front, we want to make sure that you guys are just having a great time. And like, you don't need to know that somebody threw up in the bathroom during the party. We'll go clean it up. You just enjoy the backyard, you know, that kind of thing.
And I've had a lot of conversations with Nier about the fact that like, he needs to go easier on you guys with working on a 1/6 scale flip war, because when else is the opportunity going to come up? But
I don't understand. Yeah. I don't understand why that hasn't been kit bashed yet. I feel like there's so many parts.
I will say this: 1/6 scale flip board. I
thought there was one in the works, wasn't there?
It's gonna get made no matter what.
Isn't there a sculpt? Because I went back to last time this came up. I went back, and one of the guys told me that I sculpted it. I sent it to him.
Oh, sorry. Tommy Hodges, the great Tommy Hodges, did do a
there
sculpt.
You go.
We haven't, right now it just exists as a cool thing, but I have had a lot of people say they want that, and by hook or by crook, I will make this promise now: whoever makes it, it will get made. So it's on the list. 1/6 scale flip board with the chain on the watch and the gold and the whole thing. If I could get a Tommy Hodges to do the whole thing, it would be amazing. I don't know that I can, but it will be a thing. So soft goods, that is a good question though. Is it soft goods? Is it, I almost feel like it should be in like the He-Man style.
A little bit of soft goods, a little bit of, yeah.
But yes, that is coming. I do want to, this question, a lot of people, Peter, do you want to do some rapid fire?
Yeah,
Okay, I don't want to inundate you with lots of you don't want to go through them. But let's. I do want people to feel like showing up here.
Strap
it. So some of these you can't answer.
Hold on, let me get a
sip
of this real quick.
Batman 2.0 from Alex Brewer. I gotta get his drink, of course.
By the way, get a nice mug. It makes the morning so much better.
It does.
All right, go ahead.
When are we getting a Batman 2.0 from Alex Brewer?
When? I'm not gonna say, but are we? It would be freaking awesome.
There you go.
It would
There you
be.
go. And that's okay. Peter owes us nothing,
He
by the
doesn't.
way, to answer these.
I will say, there was a time before we had the Bruverine. You remember the Bruverine? That we had a Wolverine that wasn't an Alex Brewer, and we rectified that. So
yes, I have the old,
and it was nice. And the current Batman holds up and it does the trick, but it would be nice in a line where Alex has done so much.
Look, the most important thing is, based on Nier's review of Robin, is to make sure the capes go in the same fucking direction.
Right. That is important.
That was the only thing I remember of his review.
That's a good point. It was a good point.
Yeah. RGB Ecto 2, Peter?
Well, let's get to the Ecto 1 first.
Yeah, there you go. Come on, Video Power Gamers. Got to do Ecto 1 first. You got dust tapes right here. There's Beavis and Butthead. Scale. Ooh, that's a good one with Dario
pretty well.
figures?
Yeah.
Okay. Peter, I have my own Beavis and Butthead question. Okay. Is there any chance that Butthead can also come with an extra torso, since Beavis comes with an extra torso?
First of all, calm down. Settle down.
Peter's such a
Second of all,
I made the title and the thumbnail based around him being a bully.
I'm just saying.
I know. Yes, it's
reset.
true. John had a great alternate. He had a great alternate thumbnail.
Well, you had two channels and you didn't take advantage. But I was gonna say, in this set, no, there's no chance of that because it's done and it's gonna be, put up for sale next week. But in the future, 100%. And we're already working on wave. Well, Over the Garden Wall got a wave 2.
Yeah.
We're already working on the next waves. Adventure Time wave 2 is in the works. And so I'm hoping that if everybody shows up and goes hard for this Beavis and Butthead set, there's a lot we need to do for Beavis and Butthead, you guys. There's a lot that I want to get to.
Whacking off in my tool shed.
So I'm hoping that another Butthead, there's heads that we didn't get to that I want to do. Sure. Like there's expressions. There's so much, and I want to get some Do America references in there, dude. Old Beavis and Butthead.
Oh my God, yes.
So
yes,
I say all that to say, if any of that sounds appealing to you as a collector, get this set and get it day one so that we can freaking just punch our tickets. That's
so
all
with
I'm
the
saying.
Adventure Time wave 2 is all the ladies, right?
There's 2 of the ladies, and then there's some other accessory characters. I don't know if I can't remember if we revealed them yet.
I'm trying to remember from San Diego, but I remember 2 of the girls. But Ice King,
exactly. By the way, picking wave 2 for Adventure Time was brutal.
Oh, I'm sure.
Where's Lemon Grab? Sure. I need Lemon Grab.
Well, in Ice King, he's almost between him and his scale.
Yep.
With enough penguins, he'd
set
be his own thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, like the first one was super successful. Hoping the second one. By the way, what have we announced? I almost said something. I wasn't sure if we announced it yet, so let me not say it. But there's another set that we may or may not have announced. I can't remember that. I just want wave 1 to come and go because I need wave 2 already. We're always thinking about that.
Okay. All right. Let's. I'm going to be moderator here, just to keep everybody responsible. So Peter, we're going to do rapid fire question, and you can say pass. Okay. You can go.
I don't need your permission to say pass. First of all, let's be honest.
I'm just giving you the rule. Peter, any info on the tariff prices?
I don't even know. No, I don't have any. I had a chart I was going to hold up. I don't remember it. Go.
Okay. Peter, where do we go when we die?
Dude, good question. Right now, I'm on a strong alien kick, and I'm thinking that we're soul generators for a race that sees us as ants, depressingly. But I'm hoping that's just propaganda from a negative race. Go ahead.
Got it. I like that.
Yes. Question is extra yes. Super hard yes on both of these. Like I said before, make smart decisions from here to there if you're making choices.
Copy that. And I'm trying to curate some questions that would make sense for you to go. Animated Superman and Beast.
No, that's what I just answered. This one.
Coming soon.
I was so fast. I answered it before you asked it. I said the answer to this one is yes and yes. very, very, very soon. So as I said, if you're hoping to pre-order these and you're wondering if you should get something else in the meantime, don't do that if you're budgeting, because both these are coming real soon.
Okay. If Funko goes tits up, what happens to Mondo?
Hopefully we're fine and they either sell us off to someone else or we go independent. I don't know. I don't know how that works. That's big, adult stuff. I don't get involved in.
That's adult stuff.
Dude,
why is the
good
moon...
ass question. By the way, do you know that they've done a test on the moon where they hit it with something and it resonated like a bell would, like indicating that it's hollow? That's all I'm going to say.
That means that there's somebody living in...
I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know.
These, like, weird, flat Earth bullshit.
No, I don't do flat Earth. I do not do flat Earth.
You're one video away from being it.
I'm just saying the moon is weird. I don't know anything about it. The moon is weird, dude.
Everything's weird.
It doesn't revolve.
We forget about how weird it is. Like, our bodies are weird.
It doesn't spin.
Dark side.
It doesn't spin.
Yes. Peter, will we see more uncanny versions on Mondo?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Will there be a non-timed version of Donatello for those of us that missed the time release?
Yeah,
probably.
I need to know this too, because I fucked up.
Okay. Can Mondo get the animated D&D license? Do it better than Super 7. Won't take much. Will it?
I'll answer the non-fucking dickheaded part of the question, which is, can we get that? Probably. I don't know if. Well, let's just leave it there.
Okay. I'm just going to questions, not comments, by the way. Who is the best turtle and why is it Donatello?
I'm Michelangelo guy. I love Donatello, and it depends on which version of which character, obviously. But I started off as a child Raphael guy and evolved into a Michelangelo guy. Because relax.
There's nothing cool about being rude.
Thank you.
Wow.
Which doesn't explain the two of you guys because you're so fucking rude.
I know.
And I am. Any Sofubi figures you are excited to pick up next to Koro drop?
Most important question of the day. I'm actually hoping to be going to Japan next month for a couple of weeks. And so I'm holding back all my pre-orders to get there and buy some good stuff that I don't even know is going to be there. But yes, there's new stuff and Takaro drop. I did get the rights back, so I am working on some new color variants, but I have a small, I'm going to say this. Give me a second, please. I'm going to say I have a little bit, like double digits of the original black and white Takaro figure left. I am going to do a stream on Tuesday for some screen prints on my own YouTube channel, not Mondo related, the Attack Peter YouTube channel. And I'm going to drop the screen prints and a small amount of those Takaros I'll be putting on my site. And little by little, I'm going to put, they're the last ones. There's never going to be a black and white one of that sculpt again.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. What a contradiction to the start of this video.
What did I say? Well, I don't have any more. I'm not going to make more. And by the way, they were limited edition with a number. I'm not making more outside that number.
Yeah.
Honor.
Because this is your stuff. Just so
these were the Kickstarter edition. We produced 500. We kept back 100 in case of damages or PR things you have to do. That stuff's been taken care of. So now I have what's left. I'm going to put those up on my YouTube channel to people who care enough to join. That's all.
Yes. You did a great job, by the way. I have to give you your flowers.
Thank you.
It looks great. I
Thank
also
you.
got the Miami version colors.
And
they
you should.
do look great together. I think people forget that you're also like an artist.
I think that happens
because you have such a sort of like presence as a a person in the Mondo as a company. You know what I mean? That people, I think it's easy to forget that, but I mean that's how you started, and that's what you are as well.
That's how I got on the radar of Mondo for my artwork, and then I said, hey, I can help. I build my own business. I know how to talk to people, and I know this industry like the back of my hand. I love it, and but I like doing both. I get bored if I'm only doing one. If I'm only doing business stuff, I feel like I'm not charging the other battery, and if I'm only doing art stuff, I start to feel like an isolated hermit. You know, and look, I say this, I have said this my entire life to other artists. It's not cool to kind of be this guy, an artist who does stuff like this all the time. Like, yeah, come to my opening in my gallery. There's nothing good about that. Literally nothing good. Everybody feels uncomfortable around you. They don't know if you're going to pull a knife. Nobody wants to hang out with you. Don't do that. Just talk to people like you would talk. Pulling a knife?
Like, I don't know. He might pull out a knife. Have you heard him? You have to get really close.
There are people who would probably be incentivized to buy based on that. I will agree.
Yes. Let's keep going. Hobgoblin, come on, Mondo. I mean,
I'm in Hobgoblin over Green Goblin camp, especially for
Spider-Man. So too. Hobgoblin very underrated as a villain.
It was my first like awesome comic I ever bought, like with my own money. It was the first appearance of Hobgoblin with the tattoo inside. Amazing Spider-Man number 60 something or other.
The one where he's like ripping
yes,
costume? Yeah, dude, that's a great.
And I sold it when I was broke and had no money to buy art materials. I sold my entire comic collection. That was in there, sadly.
That's how it goes. That's a good first appearance. My best first appearance that I have is Sabretooth's first appearance in Iron Fist.
Oh, nice.
And I still love that cover.
I got the first appearance of Hellboy in Next Men 21, if you count that, because technically the first appearance is the one that doesn't look like him in the Comic-Con magazine that was given out.
Oh, why did 90s. I think Hellboy made a first appearance in a different? I thought
Next Men 21 by John Byrne, and he's on the cover in shadow. And I'll remind everybody, nobody gave a shit about Hellboy in the early 2000s. Before that movie came out, and a little bit after that movie came out, nobody gave a shit about Hellboy. And so I went to my local comic book shops. I was obsessed with Mike Mignola, still am. And I was like looking for any Hellboy comics, frankly. And in like 25-cent bin, I found 5 of the first appearance of Hellboy, Next Men 21, for $0.25 each. I bought all of them. And since nobody liked Hellboy except for me and a few other friends, I gave them to them for free. And then like it became some big valuable thing. Anyway.
That's crazy. Yeah. Mike Mignola, by the way, amazing art. Like just the master of like creating shadow. If you ever see like some like how do you pronounce it? I used to just call it Mike Mignola.
Oh, it's like the Enya, Mignola.
No, I can't. I'm gonna do it the way.
Just think Minyola. Do that.
I know, but I've done it so many years.
Just
do it. Mignola.
Done.
Okay. RGB Giant Stay Puffed. I don't know.
That would be freaking amazing.
That would be. I'm assuming you guys have had those conversations. We have a $4.99, so we'll make this. We're gonna blast through, guys. I'll give this 5 more minutes. $4.99. As someone who adored your Nada and McGreedy figures, I have to ask, when do you go? Oh, that seems to be the natural place.
Well, Snake, and I want to do what's his? I can't remember his name now. From Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, Jack Burton.
Jack Burton. That's right. He's my favorite. But yeah, I'd love to get to those. We have some plans to do some more for that line this year. Like not that character, not Snake, but we are continuing with our 1/6 like 80s horror icons and stuff.
Hell yeah.
Stay tuned.
Can I ask a bonus question?
Sure.
Any plans for, since I love They Live that much, although I know it's probably not a moneymaker, any plans on just alien in a suit, alien politician guy in a suit?
We almost included it as a 2-pack.
Damn.
We talked about doing a 2-pack, and then we thought, if not as a hard sell, $500 2-pack might be even harder. I don't know. Not at the moment, but I'd love to do it. I'd love to do it.
Rab McGann, is there any possibility of a Super Shredder vinyl coming back in stock? I will find it elsewhere if needed, but would love to support Mondo directly.
Or another variant, maybe. There's always a chance that like we have like a warehouse vault find. But maybe another. I can't remember how many variants have we dropped so far. Do you know?
What for Super Shredder?
Yeah.
There's just the 2. There's the one, and then there's the one.
There's probably another one coming.
Oh, okay. Any chance of a clawful reissue? I'll probably answer that no as the exclusive, right?
Not as the exclusive,
but you can get the regular.
Maybe as a standard later on. Maybe.
Oh yeah, it was only an exclusive. That's right.
Yes.
Sorry. Okay. Ooh, that's a good one. Please.
I said maybe. Panther. Everybody relax.
Yeah, he said maybe. Please well, you guys are technically re-releasing Panther, but just a flocked version.
They said it couldn't be done. That one will be limited, and there will be blood on that one. And most of the reason is because, man, that thing is a lot of work to get done. So
it ain't gonna be. Yeah. I assume
that's why we announced it like 3 years ago and haven't put it out, because there's a lot that goes on with something that's flocked at that scale and is that articulated. There's a lot there.
You already answered the Uncanny version. I mean, you guys, Peter can't make any announcements of like of stuff right now. But this is another one. Will be a way for us to print out our own cutouts to put on the Beavis and Butthead television.
We are putting swappable screens in there. Isn't that on the page? I think it's on the page.
Yeah, you can do swappable screens. You actually are talking. There's somebody in this chat that might make amazing screens for that Beavis and Butthead TV. If that's what Trash Around My Plastic is getting at, because there is a finite amount of the screens that you have that come out with the Beavis and Butthead. But who knows? We have a certain guy here that might do that. I don't know.
There, you definitely will be able to, and there's stuff that I wanted to put in there we couldn't for rights reasons that you could skirt, obviously, and yeah, you'll have that opportunity to swap it out.
Yeah. I feel like we've had a bunch of these. Peter, what's our uncanny versions of X-Men characters?
Yeah, we'll make some. We'll probably make some. We're just trying to get to new characters, and that's taking priority because it's like, if you see a list of who you want next, it's so long, and it's like, if we do an uncanny, that takes a slot, and then that pushes everything down, and then people are like, bro, but how many variants are they gonna do before they get to Iceman? You know, like whatever. So it's like.
Whose voice were you just doing just now?
That's just the voice of the guy I hear in my head. I always go to one voice.
Peter, you love me. Don't even try to.
No, that predates you. When you came into my life, I'm like, maybe this is who I was hearing in my head subconsciously for years.
Wow.
But I always, to me, the voice I always do is John Travolta from the Itchy and Scratchy Land episode of The Simpsons.
Oh,
yeah, looks like. Yeah. That's who's in my head since I'm a kid. Hey, when am I going to get my Iceman?
I love it. We have super chats here. Oh my god, we got a lot of super chats. Any chance to see two of my favorite Cyclone or Roboto soon, and which scale, please?
One of those was talked about recently, and I can't remember if we solidified that we're going to do it or not. But two awesome characters.
Okay. That's all you get. $5 super chat right here. What's your favorite actress? And what figure would you gift her if she stayed as a guest? LOL. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Oh my god.
First of all, I don't. Is going to be staying at your place, and you're going to give.
Let me tell you something. Let me pre-rec this question. I don't like anybody staying in my house. If somebody comes over and they can't leave, they're never coming back. Like
I get that from you.
This adds up.
You're one of these like
breakfast thing.
Yeah.
It's got to be like even family. Like
family.
Just I'll buy you a hotel night. Just go, man. Like it's right there.
I'll buy a hotel.
I'll buy the whole thing. Favorite actress? I can't really think of anything that comes to mind. Sadly, I don't have a favorite. I used to be. It all used to be. The only actress I ever loved more than other actresses, I would say, was Shelley Duvall. As a kid, and not for the obvious roles that she did. When I was a kid, there was this movie called Frog that I used to rent all the time. I think it was called Frog, not Frogs. I think it was just called Frog. And the premise of the film, starring Shelley Duvall and other people, is that there was this frog that was possessed or like held the spirit of some Italian romantic guy in him. And so he was teaching like the kid how to like live life and do life well, but he would talk to the kid, and meanwhile it's just a bullfrog like they just did a voiceover of. And so I used to rent this movie all the time, and she was in it. And there's a specific scene that's burned into my memory of her cutting onions and with toothpicks in her mouth. For some reason that would help her not cry or something. And in like that's the first time I realized that onions can make you cry. Anyway, I love Shelley Duvall at the time. Now
Duvall's a good pick. That's a good pick. That sounds like
great actress. Great actress.
Yeah, she's a good actress. She kind of had like a hard life. Especially towards the end. But yes, good pick. John, what's your favorite actress? Let's just all go round robin since we never talk about actresses. Go.
Well, it would just be the only thing I can think of is my crush, which would be Alicia Vikander. But if I wanted, my preference would be a comedy actress, so I'd call Kristen Wiig in.
Oh, Kristen Wiig is a good that's a good choice. Okay.
Oh, I like what's her face, who played Death in the new Marvel Agatha show, and she was in Parks and Rec. Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, yeah.
She's one of the funniest actresses I've ever seen. Her stuff on Parks and Rec kills me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good one. And mine is the Sandra Bullock. Let's keep going to Robot Reviews for $10. I haven't seen Beavis and Butthead sculpts this good since the More Action Collectibles one from years ago. I do have those somewhere. Shit. Especially Butthead. Was he the hardest to sculpt? Thank you.
They were both brutal, man. Brutal. I'm telling you, like, brutal. And it just one of those things where animation's always tough, like I said, but those drawings, on another level. And Mike Judge had to approve him, which is wild. So,
oh, that's got to be a fun, Sort
I don't get to talk to Mike Judge, but it goes to Mike Judge to get approved.
Copy. We'll do a few more of these, and then we'll
hit up the super chats just so these people.
Yeah, we'll just do super chats. 2 GP. Will we see free UK shipping again? $50 does hurt.
That's not on me, man. That's on the money folks that figure it out to make it work out. But yeah, we
see it too. In the US, we went from free to paid.
It's hey, I'm on the receiving end of it too. When I pre-order stuff, I'm like, Jesus Christ. I'm like,
no, you just walk in the back room.
Yeah.
Don't lie.
For sure.
Ooh, Grendel, Matt Wagner. Yeah, that's a cool one, man. I don't know if there's I used to love that design. Never read the comic. It was always this thing at the comic book stores. It looked like
I know
cool.
Dude, Grendel was like it was
everywhere.
It was one of these things where you didn't necessarily know what it was.
No.
But if you've been to a comic store, you're like, yeah, I know. But
it comes with the comic store. Like once you get your prescription, your subscription from Diamond, they go, and here's your Grendel.
Yeah. But yes, I'm sure that might not be high enough on the food chain.
Yeah.
Like with the X-Men and obviously Flipper. $199 USD. BTAS Riddler this year. 1/12 scale ever possible?
I don't know exactly where we're doing them. We're gonna do them. I don't know exactly when he lands. And 1/12, I can't remember, to be honest with you. That's the real truth. I don't remember. I have to always look at the docs.
Is there any talks of,
1/12
possibilities of switching or adding on some of the lines you have in 1/6 to the 1/12?
Yeah, we'd love to do all of them in 1/12 if we had the opportunity. But it's like the way it works is like licenses are like plots of land. Like someone has it until they want to give it up.
That's kind of been my understanding. Like, we'll just say the X-Men, for example. We got Marvel Legends doing that. It's going to be way harder for you guys to be able to play in that space because of.
Well, we wouldn't do it the same way either, because there's different types. Because even in 1/12, as you guys know, there's like strata. Like there's something that needs to exist in a mass number for a mass market. Those are usually, although they're getting so much better, they're not going to be able to afford to spend the money on paint, for example.
Right.
So you might notice a difference in the appearance of the figure, but who knows, man? Like it's not like this stuff is like scientifically bound by the laws of physics. It's just
much like the moon, right?
The moon is weird, dude. There's a great YouTube channel. I'm going to put it out there. There's a great YouTube channel I watch called the Y-Files. It's like if like a Saturday morning analysis of weird conspiracies over the history of time, but like it's a guy who could host a Discovery Channel show, like is very palatable, with a goldfish that talks and makes fun of him the whole time.
Well, I like that part.
I'm telling you, it's right up your alley. The goldfish is named Hecklefish.
Yeah, but the idea that he's all conspiracy based, and then you reference the Discovery Channel, which is also all conspiracy. At this point.
No. I'm just saying that like he has the approach. It's not like some crazy guy in his basement energy, and it's a massive channel actually. Okay. But the point is, he has
ancient
it's just takes the edge off, let's say, and it just explores it from a skeptic's point of view, like. And most of the time he debunks it.
This Wi-Fi, okay.
It's big channel. It's a big channel.
Okay.
It's funny. I don't give a shit. I don't have any investment on any conspiracy. I just like to. When I was a kid, I had like adults in my life, like, you know what happened to Kennedy, didn't you? You know what they did to him. Yeah. And so it was always like, what happened? And my dad, when I was a kid, I was like 11 years old. My dad would tell me about Nostradamus. Like, we're not going to be here much longer. Like, what the fuck? And so now I think like I just enjoy hearing someone talk to me about it. But this guy's not so doom and gloom. He's like, this is a really interesting story, but is it true? And then he debunks it if he can. And then if he can't, he goes, I don't know if it's true, but it's freaking weird. And that's why I say the moon is weird, because it's one of the only ones. He goes, there's some weird shit I can't debunk here, but it, that kind of thing. Not the moon landing, the moon itself.
Yeah, I like a conspiracy that comes from.
Loosen up.
That I like a conspiracy.
Jonathan, all buttoned up over there.
Wait, what happened?
That's how I am.
Jonathan can enjoy a good questioning of the narrative. Enjoy it.
No, because sometimes conspiracy like can get into like I like a good conspiracy if it's based on something. The problem is
silly ones and the fun silly ones.
Yeah, the fun silly ones.
That's what I like.
People get very serious with.
I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that.
No, and I know that's not what you're talking about. No. I'm saying that like conspiracies is one of the most muddied things now because like Especially
like
when
I like
you wanna-
contemplating the Mandela effect, for example.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did we
yes.
get shifted into an alt timeline? Because I remember Kazam, bro, or whatever it was. Like Shazam, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Shazam, Berenstain Bears.
That one really, Berenstain really got me. I'm like, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Flintstones,
No,
I was on the right timeline. I remember the T.
All right.
Yeah, Fruit Loops.
112 scale. I just want to spotlight this, Peter, because 112 scale Thundercats. I think that
Yes, 112. One day, hopefully, we get to do all the 112.
Yes, exactly.
Remember that we exist because we couldn't do other things. Like there's the history to our company is that by the time Mondo was in the figure game, all the licenses were occupied. So the only thing they could do was whatever wasn't being done.
Yeah.
And so over time, as we do better, more and other companies exit a license, then an opportunity comes up. But it's not. Yeah.
I get. I'm just saying. I spotlight that because you will be the hero of the toy community if I'm just and somebody if somebody were to make 112 scale Thundercat figures that look like the cartoon the same way the RGB ones are done, you will be the hero of the toy community. I'm just saying. So
yeah, I hear you, man. It's one of those lines that. It's not exactly like RGB Ghostbusters because those never had anything, but it does have a little bit of that sheen on it where it's like people just want something they can't get. You know what I mean? They can't get.
No, Peter.
They just want the thing that.
Or they haven't. I should say they haven't gotten. I didn't mean can't. Like it won't. Like it hasn't happened.
Right. John, help me out here. Make him do it.
All right. I'm gonna get back to work now. I'm gonna finish this 99 pack.
All right. Well, we are almost at the 2-hour mark. Do we want to, Peter? I think it would be really fun if you really tore a shelf a new asshole. Like you were really mean, because I know you have it in you.
Is that what they want?
That's they submit based on.
They want it to be ripped.
That's
Do you
why
think people are fudging it and like messing their shelf up a little bit more?
I mean,
we have seen all of that.
I'll give you 3 shelf and
people with pristine things too, and then like you get it all. I remember when we first started it, people would DM and be like, "I just took the photo or whatever. I didn't, yeah,
but I also feel that's kind of a way to soften their where they just go, I just grabbed this photo, but really they were pretty meticulous about it. You know what I mean? So, but I think Peter will be good with this.
I'll do my best.
All right, now. Hopefully God, if we get lucky and there's a Mondo or something that you made. He
got his shit on his own.
Come on.
All right.
All right. Let's do which version? This version?
These are all people that have submitted the pictures.
Yes.
Yeah, but there's like this weird thing with the Wheel of Names site where like there's more names than what should be on here. And then I'll pull one that we've already done before. So the save button's fucking stupid.
And by the way, that's not me. There's one called Hatter's Anal Beads. I don't know why. That's not me. I don't know anything about that. Oh, there you go. Q63rd. 60Q.
We've already done this one. See, this is another example of I hit remove, I hit save. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Maybe I need to find another wheel.
Peter, 163rd Street, right?
What is that?
You're from Miami.
163rd. That's fake Miami where you're from.
That's where I grew up.
Where they changed the addresses, like
the best.
There's a part of Miami where they just make up their own streets. They just ignore the fact that we have street numbers, and they go, no, we're starting our own, and it's a nightmare. Ask any mailman; they want to freaking hang themselves by the end of their shift.
That's healthy.
Miami. All right. Oh boy.
Okay. Okay, I can help with this shelf. I can help here.
Well, go on.
So
Peter, you're our guest.
All right. So first of all, I would say maybe you stand up the figure before you take the picture. The little that could have happened. I get that it could have been an accident, and that's not how you normally display it. But you're that's why I think it's intentional. But okay, let's imagine it's not. Stand up the figure. The issue I always have with any figure collection that's of the same scale, whether it's 112, 16, whatever it is. When you go deep, like on a shelf, like you're putting a row behind a row, you need elevation.
Yeah.
You can't.
Photo. It should be in our brains of standing on bleachers.
And by the way, I'm constantly getting stuff like this on Amazon. You just can buy acrylic risers. They send them, and then you just put a clear acrylic riser right behind them.
Yeah.
Everybody behind looks just as good as everybody.
Just look up
front.
Spice Rack shelf.
Yeah,
you'll find those stands.
So that's what I would say here. It's a clean shelf. I don't see dust. That's nice. I don't know what they're doing. What's that shelf above? Is that an empty shelf?
Right, just an empty shelf hanging out.
Think of that. Fill that in. And
it's a great opportunity to put some characters on that are about to pounce down on the other guys.
I don't do that. I don't do the whole like we're in a scene frozen I don't like that. I just like
it's a lack of like vision and
no. Stop it. I just like to see everything.
You like museum.
I like that. I go, and then if I want to grab one, I'll grab one and I don't have to worry about, oh my God, I got to spend another 3 hours balancing him on his pinky toe. Get out of here. I'm just going to take him. I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to put him back where he goes. But it looks nice. And you have to make this stuff look nice for the good of everybody in this community. You're representing all of us. If you're our age, more or less, and you have a room with these figures, make them look nice. Get a good light. Get some clean. I like the clean shelf. I like the furniture. It's a nice dark imitation mahogany here. Probably a compressed particle board. Nice. Okay, it's enough. You don't want to blow the bank on the shelf. I get it. I'm at a point where I would buy 10 less figures a year and get a nicer shelf. That's me. Not everybody has to do that.
There's so much of like who you are that's still like the bully in you, but the teacher side of you is so heavily influencing the way you talk about this segment called F Your Shelf.
Do you understand that if you lived near me, John, and we, as you say, got a bagel, and you finished your meal, and you order you're probably like a classy guy who gets an everything bagel. So let's say you finish your meal and you got a big like a caraway seed right there in between the incisors. Should I tell you? Should I tell you you have a seed in your teeth, or should I let you go on and be the laughing stock?
Answer your question,
and I wouldn't say it in a shitty way. I'd say, "Hey, John."
No, I know, and that's friend. That's
and if you had bad breath, should I tell you? Should I tell you had bad breath?
Of course. The F here is friendship. The F on this is fuck.
No,
fuck yourself. So don't be nice. Is what I'm saying. He doesn't need constructive feedback.
All right. Stand up your fucking Michelangelo figure and get a riser. Grow up.
There you go. That's better.
Yes, riser is necessary. Next. I think what the problem is that this one is, if you're going to commit to the fight scene, you got to. But this is almost like he's trying to be a museum pose, but he's not commit like.
Yes, if you're going to do a fight scene, no. If you're going to do a fight scene, you got a lot of real estate there in the back. Pick up one of John's pieces of art, put them right nice there behind, create a little diorama sequence, right?
Yeah.
There's a nice little like magic trick happening back here. Is this
what happened? Yeah, I don't. What is happening? Somebody mentioned in the chat he's fighting his own cape. Like I don't understand what that guy is or what's happening there. But
who am I? Enjoy your figures.
Oh my God, Peter.
No, this guy probably deleted his account, and he's actually a big Mondo customer, so he probably
doesn't look like it.
Even Dan Larson ripped it apart.
You know what you do with this? Dan Larson doesn't represent a publicly traded company. Get out of here.
Oh,
and Dan Larson shooting fast and loose over there in cowboy land. If this is what you should do, you should pre-order a 1/6 scale Donatello and use it to wipe all of this off your shelf and put him there. Nice.
Wow.
Done. Okay. How about that? Am I effing?
I think you've been a bully the whole time. That's great.
Okay, good. Next one. Next.
This person definitely learned a lesson about collecting toys. He'll think twice next time he buys a fucking toy. Are we doing another one?
I'll give you one more, and then I gotta get out of here.
Another one.
I also have to get out of here.
This is it. Last one. Last one. I gotta get to work. What is this?
Faster than you, 14. All right, there we go.
This is such a special moment. Having you on the channel.
We gotta savor it, Peter.
Yeah, this is a rare moment to have you F a shelf.
Yeah. Okay, one more.
There we go.
Okay.
All right, go nuts.
All right. A part of this is not the fault of the collector, which is, if you're a Freddy fan, I love Freddy. By his very nature, they have that unsettling red and green color palette. That's intentionally meant to be a little bit offset. It's not red and black like people think. It's red and green. But a lot of that You know, it's a lot of that together is kind of hard. So I would just space it
Oh, I
out.
see.
You know what I mean? It's a lot together. I don't like a cluster. I hate it. I don't like a cluster. I like room to breathe. And if you're going to do a cluster, I organize mine by color so it has a sense of, you know, there's some intentionality there.
Oh, okay.
If it's me, I think there's some Spider-Man in that shelf that you forgot you own, frankly. I would get those out. Do the Freddy in the top. I think you have 4. Go to the top real quick. This isn't, we're going to need a minute on the Spider-Man. I would say I like the Mezco Freddy as like a centerpiece. There's like it looks like you have the sideshow one behind it. That's nice. Maybe those two. I would probably get rid of the other soft goods ones because it's just being redundant now. And I know you're going to say, but it's a different movie. I'm like, it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a shit. That little one right there that you're pointing at, that cheapens your whole collection. That one right there, unless that's like your friend made it for you, or like it's like one of those that you got, I don't know, from your grandfather. I don't know. Get it out of there. Keep the nice ones.
Give you a Freddy Krueger.
You got the glove there, which I appreciate mixing a figure and a prop. It's just you can have anything you want. You just can't have everything. The Lego is a mistake. I'm sorry. Put that somewhere else.
The Lego invalidates the whole.
Well, it's just because what it's indicating is like your collection choice is that you want to have a completionist take on a character.
Right.
But dude, this is not you can't appreciate it like
this is such a wild, like Iron Man is mixed in here.
Yeah,
because he's running out of space.
This is somebody that has watched my channel. You got to have your secret figures in the back. That is a secret for sure.
I just like you have to do some kind of managing. Like your 12 inches, you have like 3 or 4 12-inch looking figures there. Have them in the back. Have the small ones in the front. What is that?
Two more girls hiding in the back.
Yeah. Well,
maybe another one.
There's girls.
And
but
then
guys, don't you notice the Spider-Man posing to all the way to the left? Real awesome. Like he's just hanging.
God,
well, there's that lizard nobody needs. No offense, and I think it's a younger person probably because
I think
I don't know. Younger people don't get into these.
That's not true. That if you play
there's a lot of young people that love these old horror movies.
Yes, agreed. Spirit Halloween brings them back every year, and then whatever's happening on the left is probably like your partner's shelf or your friend's shelf or it's just.
I mean, you don't watch Bob's Burgers?
I love Bob's Burgers, but the color, like you have everything is red.
Yeah, this person doesn't understand. They're colorblind. We knew that as soon as we opened the image.
I don't know.
Do you think they like Spider-Man? Maybe.
I love to have an extensive collection of a thing. It's just, you're not appreciating everything you put in here gets worse.
Dude, it's amazing how many people we have pulled up that are like 90% Spider-Man figures.
I love it. I love there's something about a Spider-Man figure. It's hard for me to resist them too. But you can't appreciate any of these. So I'm telling you, you're going to get rid of about, I'm going to be honest with you, 60% of them.
Oof.
And that's being like, I think what you do here is you figure out how many you can stand next to each other in the front row. By the way, shout out to those 2 Mondo Iron Man pins in the bottom left. Respect. Yeah. You take the Tom Whalen design, by the way, the guy who super chatted earlier that you didn't know who he was. I'd say if you can fit probably 10 of the 6-inch Spider-Man figures here, great. Get your 10 best. Then you make a choice. Are you doing 10 more Spider-Man behind them on an elevated clear acrylic? Or do you need to have these 1/6? If you want to do a 1/6, that's fine. And then you put your, I guess it's like a bootleg Norman Osborn and
my eye was going to what that was. So yeah,
that's what I think it is, like a third-party Norman Osborn, which is fine. Again, like okay, you have that. But you think that Spider-Man and Iron Man is your thing? Great, because you loved Homecoming. Then you do one side Iron Man, one side Spider-Man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's too much.
This is kind of like you almost need an interior designer approach to collections.
You will be happier.
Your room is that.
Recognize that my challenge is, I know it's an elite challenge. I get it. But because they send me so much stuff from work, the stuff that you're excited about starts to become like, oh my God, where am I going to put all this stuff? you know, and so you have to develop strategies quickly and learn to let go of something.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with that, with the amount of things. I mean, as a review channel, it's crazy because you have the things that you desperately wanted yourself.
Right.
You had the things that you kind of wanted.
Right.
And then you have the stuff that like maybe would be cool.
Right.
And on top of that is, yeah, that seems fun. I'll review that. Like it wasn't in my like road plan or whatever.
I strongly recommend, and I'll leave, this will be my parting words, my parting thoughts. Okay. What did we learn? You can take these figures, the extra ones, give them to somebody.
Yeah.
Give one Spider-Man to a different friend for the rest of this year. Give away one a month, something like that. Try it out. Then you're going to have someone who's like, oh, thanks, that's really cool. And then they'll be there probably like in their shitty cubicle. Their only cool thing is that Spider-Man you gave them, right? Okay. Something like that. And then now you're going to make that guy happier every day. And you got a little bit more room. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you a little treat. Give away 50% of those Spider-Man figures and buy yourself one more today.
Wow.
Today, go online and buy yourself the one you were thinking of as a reward for being so generous and curating so you can appreciate what you have better. Wow. How about that?
It's a good parting. It's a good way to start the new year.
That's right. And on that note, gentlemen, I'm going to say adieu. Bid you adieu.
We're wrapping up the whole thing.
Hope you're having a great Friday, and remember to like and subscribe on both channels. You know, throw some support either way.
Right.
And where can they find you, Jonathan?
Where can they find you?
Thanks for allowing me this opportunity to give a shout out. I appreciate it. So those that are watching on Mad Hatter's channel, you can watch me on there. There you go.
All right, that's it. We had a lot of fun. Thank you, Peter, for showing up and being so candid. You should call yourself Candid Peter instead of Attack Peter.
They'll call me Candy for short.
Yeah, Candy, our guy Candy,
so sweet.
and Beavis and Butthead, and pretty much Thundercats animated 1/12 confirmed. I mean, let's face it.
Sure,
so,
sure.
That's